Hello and welcome back. For this week's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some easy spring meals to make. It has been absolutely beautiful out. We even had an 80-degree day yesterday. It's been in the 70s all week. And so I, of course, want to be outside in the garden soaking up the sunshine. Here we get really hot summers, and so I just like to be outside as much as possible during the spring and fall seasons because to me it's the perfect weather. I don't like it overly hot, and of course I don't like to be freezing out there. So it's just the perfect temperature, I think, to be outside. And I thought I'm going to take the camera around this week and just share with you some of the easy meals that I have been putting together for this season so that I can be out there as much as possible. And basically that's what I did. I took the camera around every time I made a meal. I filmed it for you guys and I'm going to be sharing it today. Let's get into some of these recipes. First up, we have sausage stuffed portobello mushrooms. This is a recipe from the blog, so I will leave the link for that below if you'd like to follow the recipe. This is a pound of turkey sausage. I have some portobello mushrooms, some fresh herbs, and some garlic, and I'm going to begin by drizzling my pan with a little bit of olive oil, and then I like to brown the meat and add the herbs and garlic. For the mushroom portion, I do like to remove the inside, the little cap that's in the center. You can snap it off or you could just take like a paring knife, but I don't throw this part away. I just chop it up finely and add it to the sausage, and then that way it's not wasted. Now I'm going to get the caps ready. I'm going to drizzle some olive oil over them on both sides and then do a little bit of salt and pepper. And I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to chop up some basil, get that into the pan with some dried thyme and that garlic that I chopped up just a bit ago. Now I'm going to put 3 ounces of feta cheese in, and that's about a half a cup. It melts into the sausage and creates a really nice creamy sausage. Not really a sauce, but just kind of a little bit of creaminess to the meat. Now we're ready to stuff our mushrooms. I'm just going to evenly distribute the sausage mixture into the caps, top with mozzarella cheese, and then I'm going to drizzle it with just a little bit of olive oil and throw these into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes or until they're nice and golden and bubbly. On this particular night, I made honey mustard glazed salmon. This one is not yet on the blog. I am working on it, but I will write out the recipe for you in the description box below. It's a super simple glaze. I put basically equal parts honey and this grainy mustard. Then I whisk it together with some olive oil. I salt and pepper both sides of the fillets, put them in a baking dish or on a baking sheet. Then I just slather this on and bake it at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I have some white rice going in a pot along with veggies inside the oven. I love to make charcuterie boards or cheese boards for dinners, and I know that this is really a party snack for people, but I like to serve a side salad with this so that way the cheese board is a little bit more substantial. Today I found some really good cheeses and some really nice prosciutto here. I have some grapes I'm going to throw on this, a little bit of bread, a little bit of oil and vinegar, and dinner's ready. And this is such a fun way to have dinner or lunch, and a very minimal effort, and one that you could make your own. So I wanted to share it because it's a really fun little snack, yes, at parties, but it's also really fun to have for dinner or a quick meal. I am forever making stir fries this time of year too. Today I have some broccoli, some red bell pepper, I have a little bit of onion, green onion actually, and I have these ramen style noodles and mushrooms. And I'm basically just going to chop up whatever veggies I have, and that's what I have today. I've done this with kale, I've done this with carrots, I do this with whatever veggies I have, and so I don't have a particular recipe to share with you today, just a meal idea for you. So basically just chop up whatever veggies you have, cook them in a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to add some Asian flavoring to this. I'm going to add some ginger, some salt, some garlic, a little bit of soy sauce, and some sesame oil, and let this all just sort of cook together and blend. You could find these ramen noodles in the fridge section of most grocery stores, and I don't boil them like the package says beforehand. What I do is I just add them directly to our stir fry, and then that way they don't get mushy and overcooked. I like to add just a touch more soy sauce to help the noodles cook so there's a little bit more moisture in the pan. As you can see, this definitely was a gardening week. I'm finishing off our Friday night pizza night with a non-pizza instead of making our dough. I do have a recipe to share with you below from the blog that is a little bit more from scratch and homemade if you'd like to make individual pizzas or a whole pizza dough crust and this sort of pizza here. I am using just a jarred sauce, but I am making margarita pizza. I'm using mozzarella cheese and some fresh basil. I am going to add just a little bit of this herb salt I like to use during the summer. I like to make it with our herbs, and I have a drizzle of olive oil to go over that and just bake it, and it's ready to go. And I think this takes me maybe 10 or 15 minutes really to get lunch on the table or dinner on the table. So this is a really great easy tip for a simple meal during the summer and spring months. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button because every single Friday I post a brand new video on homemaking, simple living, and lots of cooking. And also hit that like button too if you like this video, because what that does is help YouTube's algorithm and it helps people find my videos, and I really, really appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed coming along, and I hope that you have gotten some great new recipe ideas for this season. I will see you guys on the next one.